Okay, so today we're going to be doing a little bit of like cleanup in terms of solidifying some concepts in our head. And then at the end of class, we're going to do another FRQ practice with friends on whiteboard, another one with bank balance sheets. Because this FRQ that we're going to practice with balance sheets kept me up at night. And it came out, it was released like the second day after like the official AP test. They released it the very next day. I hated this FRQ. It's real bad. Like I had to call Memorial and I was all like, what? And she's like, I know. I'm like, yeah. So we're just gonna get it out of the way because I'd rather give it to you now in class and give it to you like on our next test. So we're going to do a couple of those math problem practices just to set it up. Okay, so a few days ago, we worked on this money multiplier. We did a question on a quiz. We did a question on Hello Smart, and then we did another question today. And then I think the FRQ I'm about to give you at the end of class as a practice is going to have more of this. So I want to solidify two things. And gosh, who was it? It was you. You asked me a question in class yesterday about Google Form. You were like already doing it. And anyway, so there are two ways to use this equation. It depends on what the question is asking. If it is saying what is like the max change in the banking system, then it is exactly what you did on today's quiz. Hopefully, what you did on today's quiz. You took the entire deposit, the change of deposits, and you multiply that by the money multiplier, by N. So if they say they deposit $100, you take all $100 times that money multiplier, and it's 1,000 or 500, whatever the case may be. But sometimes they'll ask you, what is the change in money supply? Not the banking system, but what's the max change in money supply? And it is different. It's similar, but it's different. So it says max change in money supply. That is money in circulation. If you deposit $100, do they loan out all $100? Why not? Or whatever the RR is. It could be 20%, it could be 10, it could be 15. But they have to keep a fraction of deposits in the bank at all times. That's the required reserves. What can they loan out, though? Think about the bank balance sheet that we did the last couple of days. What can a bank loan out? Whatever's in excess reserves. And so if it says the entire banking system, you take the entire deposit because, well, that deposit is still going to, if the entire deposit in the bank is either in excess reserves or required reserves, but the entire deposit is there. But when it comes to money supply, you don't take the entire deposit. You can only loan out what is left over, all excess. And so excess reserves times the money multiplier. Here, so let me give you some practice problems. Let's say, let me do this. Do this right. There, good. Now we still see that. Okay. So here's my example problems. Let's say that Bob deposits $1,000 in the bank. RRR is 20%. Two questions here. What is the max change in the banking system and max change in money supply? Okay, so I'll give you like a minute to figure that out. If you want to do it in your head, that's fine, but I suggest that you write it down. know how to figure out percentages of a number without a calculator. Otherwise, you're going to be really bad tippers for the rest of your life. Wow. If you've got some answers, you're going to have two answers. If you've got two answers, turn people next to you, and I want you to like confer with each other, and then we'll go over it. But I want to see that you at least, you know, feel if you're on the right page, I'm on the right page, or whatever.
20% of 1,000 equals 1, let's say I say about 1,800 times
20% of what I would have is okay. Wrap up your conversation. Okay. Vault deposits $1,000 in the bank. Banking system is the entire deposit times money multiplier. So it's how much? 1,000. 1,000 times the money multiplier. Graham, what is the money multiplier? How do you set it up? 1. Which we figured out in today's quiz is 5. So it's just 1,000 times 5, which is $5,000 is the first answer. So that's pretty simple. And then, oh my gosh, you have to figure out 20% of a number. Not 10%, I'm good. With the decimal place over 20%, then you'll lose those freaking lines. God, heaven forbid it's like 50. So max change in money supply is not all $1,000. It's, well, you have to separate it into the 20% that you can't touch and then the 80% that you can. Can anyone tell me, besides just blurting out the answer, how to figure out 20% of a number?
You move the decimal over 1.
Yes. Move the decimal over 1, that gives you 10%. So like 10% of 1,000 is 100. Well, you know how much more 20% is over 10%? Twice as much. So then you just multiply by 2. 200 is what I can't touch. The other 800 you can touch, and that can be loaned out. And so now it's 800 times 5. Still the same money multiplier. That didn't change, just what you're multiplying it by does change. And 800 times 5 is what? 4,000. I mean, think of like 40 and then. Okay. Can anyone see the relationship between these two numbers? Yeah. That's 80% of that number. Okay. Shall we do another one?
Yes.
Okay. Let's just make a new page. Let's do a more complicated thing. Oh, by the way, does it have to be a change in deposits that changes the excess reserves? Is there anything else? Look at your bank balance sheet yesterday. Did you do anything else besides have someone deposit money, or suddenly we had more money in excess reserves? Anything?
On one of the videos.
Okay. Yes.
The checking account.
That's the same thing as deposits.
Then why was it 900? Oh wait. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What else could we do, or someone else could do? Javi? Yeah, but that's like a change in deposits too. That's just you negative depositing. Like you would be withdrawing the same thing. That's just like minus the same amount.
They borrow from the Fed.
What?
They borrow from the Fed.
If they borrow money from the Fed. Yes, that's also true. What else? They take out a loan. Who takes out one? Okay, so either if the Fed is, if you were taking a loan from the Fed or you're giving a loan to a customer, there's one more than, I those are both right. Fantastic. I forgot.
Selling or buying bonds.
What?
Someone buys stock in the bank.
That is true. That was our number one. What, Isaac?
Selling or buying bonds.
There we go. Okay. So all of those are true, 100%. I'm just asking, like, I'm just trying to get to the one that they're going to talk to about on the test more. So if, oh, okay, all right, I got me. All right, okay, I have thoughts. Fed buys $2,000 worth of bonds from bank. What is the max change in money supply if the RRR is 10%? Fed buys $2,000 from the bank. What happens with the max change in money supply if the RR is 10%? Everybody put those. And I want you to also write like increasing or decreasing by a certain amount. Because why the heck not?
They just like torturing us.
I know. But I love stretching you. I love like, if I give you guys like, softballs. Over and over. And you're like, I know everything. And then maybe that's just all like, that would hurt. But I want the APS to be like, Javier, you asking a question? Or are you like answering?
Well, I missed your question.
Okay.
What if the RRR changed though?
No, not necessarily. You can change one tool of monetary policy without changing all the tools of monetary policy. So that is set. I'm saying the RR is 7%. Okay. How many of you have some sort of number, an answer? 3, 4. Just put a number down. See if you're right. Just write some sort of number, see if you're right. This is a trick question. It's not $0. No, don't put that number. Maybe write the numbers in front of the 0, but it's not $0. I'm not asking, yeah. Okay. I think you have thoughts, or do you want to discuss something?
I think I have thoughts.
You think you have thoughts? First off, if the Federal Reserve is buying bonds, is this expansionary or contractionary monetary policy?
Expansionary.
Okay, so money supply will go up. Okay, so that it's all like, okay, like Riley gave me a look like, I'm getting if it's increasing. I was like, that one's easy. That one's come on. That one's easy. They're buying bonds. That's expansionary. Money supply is totally going to go up. When it's going to go up by, I don't know. Well, let's just find out. So actually, the money supply is excess reserves times the money multiplier. That we can figure out. We can figure out money multiplier.
Yes.
It's 1 over RR, or 1 over 0.1, which is what? 10. So I'm multiplying something times 10 to give us an increase of some amount of money. The question is, what goes in excess reserves? Isaac?
The full 2,000, because you don't have to reserve anything that wasn't deposited in your bank.
You don't have to take any required reserves out of a bond, because a bond is not a deposit. So you don't have to keep a fraction of it in required reserves, because it's not a deposit, it is a bond. If it said the Fed, like there's a guy named like Freddie, like deposits money, sure, you're gonna take some money out and not loan out all of it. But if it's a bond, you can loan out all of it. And so it's 2,000 times 10, it's gonna increase by $20,000.
So would another way of doing it, saying that would be a $20,000 money creation?
Yes, creation, not destruction. If I said the Fed sells bonds at the same amount of money, same whatever, it would be destruction. Yeah, because then it would be a decrease, that would be contractionary, and it would take the money out of the economy. Okay,
I thought there was gonna be some trick thing.
So she said like, Fred
She like tried.
buys
The trick is
loans.
like saying it was trick.
Fred buys loans. I'm Fred, I'm taking out a loan.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm taking out a loan, that money's coming from the excess reserves, so excess reserves actually go down by that amount. And so it would be still staying the entire amount. Does that make sense? Because it's not a change in deposit, it's a loan. Only if there is a change in deposit, someone is depositing money, then you need to take a fraction out and then deal with that number. But if it's like loans from either the Fed or to a customer, of course, like loan from the Fed, you can even loan to a customer, you're taking money out. But it's an entire amount. Yes. Okay. I want you guys now to get in like pairs. If you want to switch it up and be in a different pair from yesterday, that's fine. If you want to be the same old pair, that's cool too. But I want you to get marker, eraser, board. Let's do this. Let me read this for you here. So let's get settled here real quick. Okay. This effort was 2 years ago, seniors. I know this effort. Okay, here we go. 2016. The following is a bank balance sheet from First Superior Bank. There you go. Assume that the required reserve ratio is 10%. What is the dollar value of new loans that First Superior Bank can now make and explain? B, Mr. Smith deposits $100 in cash in a demand deposit account in First Superior Bank. Calculate the maximum amount of new loans that First Superior Bank can now make. C, as a result of Mr. Smith's $100 cash deposit, calculate the maximum change over time in each of the following in the banking system: loans and then demand deposits. And D, as a result of Mr. Smith's $100 cash deposit, calculate the maximum change over time in money supply. And E, provide one reason why the actual change in money supply can be smaller than the maximum change you identified in part D. So I'm going to pause this, and then we'll come back together. I'll give you
20 minutes.
10. Okay, go. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's look at A. The required reserve ratio is 10%. What is the value of new loans that First Superior Bank can now make and explain? It starts off with like, hey, trick question. I mean, it's not, but then it kind of is. Because they can only loan out what is in excess reserves. Notice though, this says just reserves. That means that that is both excess and required. You can't, that's already loaned out. That $800 is already loaned out. That's why it's called loans and not excess reserves. Like, that's why they said new loans. Because that's already loaned out. That's why they put new loans there. So, 2,000 is in our demand deposits. 10% is required reserves, the rest is in excess. So 10% of 2,000 is 200. Well, all of the reserves is 200. Oh wait, so that means all of the reserves is required. Whatever is left over is excess. There's nothing left over. They can't loan out anything. They're fully loaned up. Explain there's no excess reserves. Okay. On B, Mr. Smith deposits $100, calculate the maximum amount of new loans that they can make. Well, they can't loan out a whole 100, they can only loan out 90% of 100, because they have to keep 10% of the bank at all times. So they can loan out 90. C, as a result of that deposit, calculate the maximum change. If you say maximum change, you're probably gonna do a money multiplier problem. Because max change is typically like, it has a maximum effect, a multiplied effect. So you take the loans, and you multiply it by M. 10%, 1 over 41, and multiplier 7. 90 times 10 is 900.
So we have that one right.
I thought that was lower. I don't know. And then it says demand deposits. Well, the entire demand deposits in the banking system is the entire deposit of $100. Still times money multiplier, because it's maximum change, 1,000. D, as a result of Mr. Smith's cash deposit, calculate the maximum change in money supply, which is just excess reserves, which we had nothing before, but now we have $90 in excess reserves. It's still the it's the same question as this. It's the exact same question. Now, why would they ask the same question twice? The first question is a math question. Can you do the math? D is the same question, so what's the purpose? D is the vocabulary question. You already have done the math, but do you know that change in what they can loan out is affecting money supply? That is what it's asking. It's asking, do you know that that turns into money supply? So it's still 90 times 10 of 900. So it's not a math question, it's a vocabulary question. And then E says, provide one reason why the actual change in money supply is smaller than that $900. What if they don't loan it all out? That's it. And only if they loan out $90 do they have a $900. What if they only loan out $85 or $89? Then they're not going to have the $900. It would be like 85 times 10, which is less.
So therefore, if you get the first one right, then you get all the right. But if you get the first one A wrong, then you get all the wrong.
I don't know if that counts.
That is